It wouldn't be transfer deadline day though, guys, without the transfer guru, the one and only Scott Burns, and he joins us live out and about in the transfer mobile. Scott, how's it going?
I've run out of fuel.
This is
End
like
of the road. I've run out of fuel, but don't tell Dave Cormack I'm parked outside Cormack Park here.
This is like Christmas Day for you, isn't it?
Every day's like Christmas Day. What with you guys?
Very good point.
Says all the right things.
But what's happening, Burnsy? What can you tell us? I mean, I saw your story on Record Sport Online earlier on about Kevin Nisbet in Aberdeen.
Yeah, that deal has now been agreed. A 6-figure fee has been agreed with Millwall. A 3-year deal has been agreed with Kevin Nisbet. He is currently at London Airport, ready to fly up to Aberdeen tonight. I think he's due in about 10ish to complete that deal. So he will be the first one through the door tonight for Aberdeen. They're looking for another one or two, but that's they've been working on the Kevin Nisbet one for a couple of days now, and it's a big relief to finally get that over the line, because they had two bids knocked back over the weekend. Well, today and over the course of Saturday, and today they had a couple of bids knocked back. So it looked a bit up in the air, because Nisbet was back in the Millwall team at the weekend and was still part of Alec Neil's plans. But once Aberdeen came in and offered a long-term deal, I think Kevin made it clear to
The Burnsy mobile.
Hello? There
he's
you
back.
go.
There you go.
Sorry.
You're back, Burnsy.
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah.
Sorry. A signal here. Sorry. It's better than it, but maybe better than the neighbour's Wi-Fi. So, Kevin Nisbet made it clear that once
he's actually parked in the neighbour's front drive now.
They don't know yet. They're not home yet. As soon as it was a long-term deal on the table, Kevin made it clear to Millwall that he wanted to go back to Aberdeen. So that'll be the first business of tonight. But I said I think I would expect a midfielder to arrive at Pittodrie, Cormack Park later tonight, and possibly another striker.
What do you think the final fee is going to be for Nisbet, Scott? Because I get told this morning that Aberdeen were going to push hard today to get the Nisbet deal over the line. But the suspicion seemed to be that Millwall are holding all the aces here and can drive the price right up. And Aberdeen, because they're under pressure from the supporters, will eventually fold and meet the price, but the price will be big.
Well, this is the third offer. So, but I think it's a decent sized fee, but it's probably not as big as people think.
Okay.
When you say big, what do you think is big?
Well, I don't know what we're looking at. 1.2, something like that.
No.
Okay.
Less than half.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good bit of business then, isn't it?
That was a no-brainer, isn't it? That sort of fee.
Yeah. Terrific.
For a pro goal scorer and on a 3-year deal.
Aberdeen really badly need a striker.
I was going to say they need something, don't they, after their terrible start to the season?
3 league games, no points, no goals. So they need something. But Kevin Nisbet will certainly improve the team. But they need another 1 or 2 signings, certainly of quality tonight, to certainly get their season kick started. Because the shine is quickly coming off that Scottish Cup one.
What else is happening, Burnsy? What else you got in your notebook?
Celtic, obviously. Sebastian Tanutki at Hammarby. That's a goal now. A fee has been agreed. He's on his way across to Scotland.
We think the fee's around about 5 million. About 5 million for that one, Burnsy.
5.5 was one earlier on, but I think Celtic have included more add-ons. But my thing is that the player has pushed for this. Hammarby didn't want to sell. He made it clear to him, but the player has said to him he wanted to go. So he has been the driver in this one and getting this Celtic deal over the line.
So that's one wide issue sorted.
One. Yep. They're still in for another winger. And obviously the centre forward, I think, is certainly an issue where they're looking at least 2, with the looks like Dolberg. Kasper Dolberg now looking like he's possibly going to Ajax. That's leaving them with a lot of work to do before the 11 o'clock deadline.
I think Dolberg to Ajax now looks absolutely nailed down, Burnsy, from what we're hearing. And I think that's a real bit of a hammer blow for Celtic, because I just get the feeling that they thought they were there with that deal. So Ajax have sort of thrown a spanner in the works at the 11th hour, and I think that is now, it's this snowball effect. It's where are we now? 7 minutes past 6, 11 p.m. deadline, and Celtic have got so much work to do in this, and what's remaining of the window, the 4.5 whatever hours are left. They're going to have to pull some rabbits out of some bags, otherwise they might have a busy car park later on.
Certainly, Brendan, that was the Dolberg was the one that Brendan Rodgers wanted.
Yeah.
So to not get him will be a major disappointment. And then, of course, you've got the knock-on of Adam Ida at Swansea as well. He's left hanging on. So,
well, on that, Burnsy, Thomas in the comments, and by the way, if you're watching at home, you want to get involved in the conversation, please do so. Thomas Burns says, surely the board can't sanction the sale of Ida. You'll have to come back to Celtic. If they don't get Dolberg, I mean, is Ida still going to go to Swansea, do we think? Or
I think so. Yeah, I don't think they're going to back out of that deal. I think the fees are around 7 million, and I think that will go through. It does leave Celtic short. It's really interesting that in the last half an hour or so, Daniel, Yang had been seemingly, he was actually in Birmingham ready to sign. I think he'd passed his medical. That deal was collapsed at the last minute. Yang's on his way back to Glasgow, we're told. Now, you wonder, does that mean that there won't be a second winger either? And that Yang's been told, well, I'm sorry, you can't leave. Well, I think there's also interest in the player from Ghent, right enough. So is it that Ghent have come in and beaten Birmingham at the punch in terms of a bid? I don't know. That's unclear. But it's a strange one that he's heading back up the road right now.
Burns, is there any other transfer tidbits in your big sack of transfers?
I mean, just one earlier. I mean, it looks like Stephen Welsh, Celtic, is going to Motherwell on loan for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
That's a good move for him.
I think it's a good move for him, and it's a good move for Motherwell as well. Obviously, he had interest from Plymouth and another Belgium club in the window, but the issue for Stephen was that Celtic only allowed 6 outgoing international loans, and they weren't prepared to let Stephen go on one of them, so it left him limited, and that's why they've had to look at a domestic loan for Stephen.
Okay. There's one other one, Bunsey, in terms of the Celtic situation, incomings that we'll need to monitor. Have you heard anything about David Datro Fofana?
There seems to be, there's a bit of chat on that earlier on, wasn't there?
Yeah, it would appear that Celtic have contacted Chelsea about a potential season-long loan deal for him. And that might be another reason, if he was to be coming on the way, then again, why would you block Adam Ida going out the way, especially if you're going to recoup 7 million? I said they'd need to make a loss on Ida. It looks as if they've accepted that themselves. But it does leave them desperately short. I think Celtic are going to have to sign, if Fofana, if they can get a deal with Chelsea for him, I still think they need another striker before the window closes tonight. I really do. And I don't think the fans would accept anything less.
I think you might see 1 or 2 loans for the English Premier League once their window closes.
Yeah, 7 p.m. onwards.
It's always a window of opportunity for Celtic then after that, isn't it? And they always seem to pick up 1 or 2 on that. I think that's what they might be hoping for.
Burnsy, is there anything else you want to add before we let you get back to the transfer mobile?
Interesting. The only one obviously a big one for Hibs fans is whether Lyndon Dykes is going to end up at Easter Road tonight or not.
What's the latest on that?
I'm told that there's also interest from Bolton. So obviously they've spent quite a lot of money this summer. They're probably able to pay more wages, but I think the player might be more inclined to move to Easter Road. So I think it depends if a deal can be done or agreed with Birmingham tonight. So I think that's another one that will go close to the wire.
And do we think there's any chance of Kieran Bowie being snaffled before the 11 p.m. shutdown?
No, I mean, there's been a bit of chat at Rangers and Celtic online. I checked that out a couple of days ago with the players' camp, with Hibs and with Legal Firm, and there doesn't seem to be any movement in it whatsoever. I mean, the Hibs certainly, it would take a big offer for them to sell Kieran Bowie just now, and I don't think that any of the clubs that have been linked with him would be willing to pay the sort of fees that Hibs are looking for just now. I think he's there for the longer term, and when they do sell him, he'll go for big money if he keeps going. Yes.
Good news for Hibs.